All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. Giants win it 1-0 in 10 innings. On a bases-loaded walk by Mr. RBI man, Wilmer Flores himself, now has 42 RBIs in 47 games the Giants have played. The Giants now move to 27-19. I guess that's only 46. Wait, yeah. 46 games, 42 RBIs, 46 games. Wilmer Flores ready to break Hack Wilson's record for RBIs. We're going to get into it, guys. But first, let us thank our sponsor of the show. That would be Chapman Law Group. You guys all know Chapman Law Group. You hear it every night here on NorCal Sports Network. Make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call when you need a legal advice or you need an attorney. You got a personal injury situation, you got a friend, family member, personal injury, let them know. Chapman Law Group can help them. 415-613-9483. Proud sponsor of NorCal Sports Network and fans of the San Francisco Giants. So make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call. Yes, they are the group to call. All right, Lou, it was a big victory. It was not a very exciting game if you like hitting. Only a few scoring opportunities for both teams. And the Giants are able to get it done. They walk.
Another walk-off at home.
Who they walk off
this year?
Yaz? They walked Yaz to face
No, they
No, who'd they walk to face Flores? Gosh, I'm just drawing a blank now. Hold on here. I got too many things going in my head.
Bunted.
Yeah, Yaz, then all right, hold on. I got it right here. Okay. Here we look at the situation. All right, so
Wade.
In the bottom of the 10th, they
walked Yaz,
yeah, it was Yaz. Yeah, I thought it was Yaz. Okay, so Wade leads off the inning with Adames over at second base as the Manfred man. And wasn't there a band called Manfred something? Manfred Man or something like that?
Manfred Man, yes.
Yeah, there was.
Blinded by the Light.
Yeah, blinded by the light.
Originally done by Bruce Springsteen, just so you know.
I'm not a Springsteen guy. He can sing, but that's about all I want to hear him do. Schumann. Okay, so Adames is at second. Wade walks first and second. Bailey hits a sack bunt, beautiful bunt. Wade moves over to second. Adames to third. Fitzgerald strikes out swinging. And this is the weird one. Yaz intentionally walked. You never really. Two things here, Lou. One, it's not a great idea to walk the bases loaded when that's the winning run and you leave no margin for error. Two, you're facing Yaz, who gets blown away all the time by guys like Mason Miller that throw 100 plus. And you're going to pitch to Flores, the guy that's the hottest, just hit 3 home runs last night and is probably the most clutch hitter the Giants have.
Yeah, I think it's one of those rules when you're on the road and it's the bottom of like the 10th or extra innings. You want to try to get anything, any out at any base. So you try to set up the double play.
Well, there's no double play. I mean, it's just one out. Force out. You're talking about a force out.
No, you'd get the ground ball, gets a double play, you're out of the inning.
Well, there was 2 outs. There was 2 outs.
No, there was 2 outs. Yeah. No, then I don't know why. Maybe it's just the matchup. He wanted to go in a righty instead of a lefty.
He's afraid of Yaz? You're afraid of Yaz?
That's like a Melvin move over managing usually.
I mean, you're afraid of Yaz and you got Mason Miller, maybe the most dominant closer in all of baseball, and you're afraid of Mike Yastrzemski, who just
He
took
was
a called
103.
third strike the inning before or
Yeah.
2 innings before with Fitzgerald attempted to steal. Yaz takes a 3-2 meatball right down Broadway. Like he looks at it and thinking like, did he think there was one strike and it was Little League? He should have just swung at it if he thought there was one strike and just tried to get it in the catcher's eyes. He took a called third strike right down Broadway.
Yeah. Dan, it's so weird, baseball. This weekend they've had 3 games, and I'll just say the A's scored 21 runs against the Dodgers, came back, scored 1. The Dodgers scored 20 runs the next day. Their next game, they scored 2. Then the Giants last night, scored 10, if I remember, was it 9 or 10? 9, and they barely scored 1 today. It's just how baseball is. It's such a great game. That's what makes baseball unique.
Yeah.
But, today, I think which is even bigger is this doesn't happen too often. All 3 teams ahead of us, are with us, Arizona, San Diego, and the Dodgers are all at home, all big favorites, and they all lost.
Yep.
Well, the Dodgers are losing now. So now the Giants, this is a big win because, you gain a game on all 3 when they were all at home. So, it's every time of the year, there's always that one game or great comeback. This is a little bit bigger than normal. Now you win this series, you try to go for the sweep tomorrow, so it was a big win. So I'm going to give it to them. I don't think it was the victory of the year, as Robert said, and it was the greatest game.
Yeah.
I don't think about that. I mean, the A's, I think, were 1 for 8 in runners scoring position. And the Giants, I think, were 2 for 5. So.
And coming back from behind, they were behind a ways, and they come back, beat the Diamondbacks in Arizona 14-12.
Yep.
Mariners did beat the Padres 4-1, as you mentioned, and that Dodger game still going. It is 9-7 Angels.
Yeah,
top
Kershaw
of the
started
7th
tonight.
Yeah, he got rocked.
Yep.
First and second, nobody out for the Angels facing Kirby Yates. But Yaz guessed Curve. You know what? I never guessed Curve as a batter with 2 strikes on me. You know why? Because I'm guessing fastball, because if I'm guessing Curve, I'm not going to be ready for the fastball when it buzzes by me. I can foul off a curveball if I'm fooled, because I'm waiting for the fastball, and all of a sudden I've kind of started my leg kick and I may have already timed everything for my leg kick and my foot coming down and it's a curve. Shoot, just stick the bat out there if it's a strike and try and foul it off.
Yeah.
I mean, fastball, you're just sitting there, you're just going to be like, oh,
yeah. And I don't think Yaz had pitched against Miller at least the last 2 years. So I think, what are you going to do? You overthink managing. It came back to bite him. But hey, big win. That's all that really matters. And then, Dan, I don't know if everyone was in the chat earlier. There was also some Giants news today, so I wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah. Earlier today, we did a little
it.
show. Eric and I came on. The Giants have announced that Hayden Birdsong will be starting Tuesday, and Jordan Hicks is now in the bullpen. So that is good news. Philip says, I don't know what the lineup would be, but having Wade and Bailey back to back is an effing problem. Yeah, I think it is. Point. It is a problem. Yeah. Flores is one of the best clutch hitters ever. I don't know about ever, but he is pretty clutchy. I think he holds the Mets record for walk-offs, and I think he has like 7 slams or something with the Mets, maybe. I'm not sure. Have to look that up. I thought I heard that. And
just
Robert
remember
says
what
it was a huge Giant.
No, see, Robert.
It's huge. Absolutely gargantuous, as in huge. Can we say huge? A huge, just a huge win for the Giants. Huge, huge, huge. Oh, baby. Let me get a little warm in here when I get going here. Let me turn the AC on. There we go. Where does Hicks fit in the bullpen, and how many bullpens are better than the Giants right now? Not too many. I think Hicks, I just hope they don't swap him and Birdsong and Hicks becomes a guy that is going to throw multiple innings. I want to see Hicks go out there and throw one inning, and I want to see gas. Okay. I want to see 103. I want to see Mason Miller type gas out of Jordan Hicks. He's got it in him. He's just got to let it loose for one inning. That's right, Eddie. Huge. Absolutely. Robert Rothberg with the Giants winning a huge win tonight. Absolutely huge, Lou. Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge here on the 18th green, Augusta, Georgia.
I think Hicks probably would be seventh inning.
Former Grangekeeper, about to play.
I don't know if the chat even knows what Caddyshack is. They're all too young.
In the Masters, and he's ready to tee it up, and he's shooting. It's a Mirac. It's a Mirac.
Yeah, I look at Hicks probably the seventh inning. I mean, Rogers has been so dominant in the eighth. You know, I'd say probably the seventh. So the pitchers just got to get to the fifth, and you got somebody in the sixth, seventh, and eighth, and ninth.
Yeah, Caddyshack. You like that one, Mark Graves? Yeah, for Caddyshack. Former Grangekeeper, about to win the Masters. She's ready for the 18th hole.
Yeah. Mark Graves, I did have journalism today, but he didn't pay anything. But I had doubles to him, pick threes and everything. But an incredible race. If you guys had a chance to see the Preakness, sort of incredible.
Mason Miller on the mound, 3-2. Flores stands in the box. Miller gets the sign. He winds, he delivers. It's outside, ball 4. And the Giants walking off. An incredible victory for the San Francisco Giants. 1-0. Kermit the Frog here, along with my partner. I don't want to call him Miss Piggy. I'll call him. How about if we call him Hunter Pence? Hey, Hunter, what'd you think of that Giants win at 1-0 tonight?
Let me tell you, it's all about patience. You know, if you saw he was up there.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, after the fireworks show last night, I was walking out of the stadium, and Glenn and Dwayne Kuiper were walking toward me. I stopped Glenn. I said, "Hey, Glenn, Lou Marston, I just want to tell you, I really liked you on NorCal Sports Network and the Hot Corner the other night. I worked with Dan," and he goes, "Yeah, man, you guys really thanked me." And I said, "Good luck on your podcast. Good luck. We'd love to have you back." He goes, "Thanks." Gave me a high five, and he walked right by me.
Cool.
Very nice. He stopped.
Awesome.
So, yeah, just so you know.
He was with Dwayne?
Yeah. They were walking.
Dwayne, come on the show, Dwayne. We'll get a high drive, deep left field. That thing is out of here. There we go. Dan, what's your thoughts on the Niners schedule? Yeah, Steven, absolutely a cakewalk schedule. Haven't seen an easier schedule in 7 to 10 years. No tough teams, maybe Houston that is not in your division. You can't help with what's in your division. You got the Rams twice, Seattle twice, Arizona twice. I mean, and your toughest road game other than Houston is Tampa Bay. I mean, and nobody's off of a bye. So the 49ers, last year they faced like 3 teams that had byes that, you know, it was a brutal schedule last year. So I think it's fair. Turnabout's fair play. 42 RBIs, Wilmer, Flores, Brad Rideout. Yeah. Joe Schmo says he loves the Kuipers. Yeah, we all love the Kuipers, man. They're first class, and they're all good. Glenn with Marty on Sundays. Yeah. Glenn is on. Yep. Let's see. What else do we got here? You know, wait a minute, Robert. If you call this one of the most exciting victories, you got a boring life, because this was a snooze fest of a game. I mean, it was like, there was innings that lasted less than 2 minutes, half innings. I mean, like, they're up and then you turn around and you go get a glass of water, you come back and the inning's over. Tyler Rogers threw 4 pitches in the 8th inning. 4. I mean, that was literally a less than 2-minute inning, half inning, less than 2 minutes, half inning. I don't know how that's exciting. Maybe, is it exciting to watch him walk it off? And I guess would have been a lot more exciting if the bunt was fair and it was a suicide squeeze. I thought that would have been a lot better. I would love to see a suicide. I like the real suicide play when the guy's actually running and he's
all out. If you miss the bunt, he's out. Yeah,
you missed the bunt.
That's why it's a suicide squeeze, not a safety squeeze.
Yeah, I love the old suicide squeeze. Okay, he loves pitching duels. Okay, yeah, pitching duels are pretty good.
Old school.
I like pitching duels where both pitchers go 9 though, when it's 0-0. Now we got all the specialists. What did I see? The Reds game I went to today was like 2 hours.
Yeah, Handyman's in Ohio, so he went to the game.
Oh, is
today.
he? Wow.
Yeah.
What was the score of that game? Cincinnati played. 4-1. Oh, they played the Guardians. Yeah, they won 4-1. Okay. 4-1. And did we have any home runs in that game? Let's see. Home runs. I'm looking. I don't see any. Oh, yeah. Sheeman homered to right center. Benson homered to right center. And Hines homered. They got 3 home runs in 1 inning, the Reds. No. I take that back. Hines homered in the 7th. Okay, they got 2 in the 5th and then 1 in the 7th. Okay. So that's okay. Lamont Wade cannot. Oops, I got the wrong one. What's this one? Hope the Players Union makes a point to eliminate the pitch clock since nobody hits anymore. Everyone throws 100. The pitch clock is having way too extreme an effect. Feel like I'm getting chipped. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, come on. You show up 2 hours. You don't even have time to, you get your hot dog and a drink, or you go to the carvery, or you get a crab sandwich, whatever you do, and then you sit down, you get up, go to the bathroom, a few innings later you come back and it's like the 8th inning. It's like crazy.
Yeah, the friends of mine last night, they just went to go get a hot dog. They went in line, they came back, they missed the grand slam. So then they then were going to go and they said, hey, listen, he's coming up again. And they said, okay, well, wait. They would have missed the 3-run homer. And then, of course, they missed the solo shot because they had the kid had to go to the bathroom. But it happens, baseball.
Yeah.
That's why you got to know what you're doing.
Hey, let's see if you guys can hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we got going here right now.
Are we getting close?
Let's see. We're at we're live. We got 73. How many watching? Let me see. Hold on here. Let me see what I got here. Let's see how many likes we got and how many we need. We have 17 likes. We need about 50 more likes in there, guys. We need everybody to just go and hit that like button right there. Doop. See, I hit it. 18. There we go. Hit that like button. Otherwise, YouTube might give us when they don't see the likes, they don't push the show out, and then we don't have enough Giants people in here learning about the show. Lamont should be able to lay down a bunt, but I wouldn't feel comfortable scoring around on 103. Yeah, 103. Believe me,
Miller.
I've tried it. I've tried it at 90 in a batting cage. The highest the batting cage would go 90, and it's not easy. It's like it took me, I don't know how many tries just to get the stinking bat on the ball just to tip it. It's like 90 is humming, guys. And if you're getting 100, I don't know how baseball players do it, Lou.
Dan, over 90, you can hear it. I caught in high school, and we had a guy that threw 92. You can hear the ball. I mean, it's that quick. I think the reaction, because his pitch is so close, it's something like 1.2. That's all you have. anything over 90. I mean, that's why it's one of the hardest sports to hit. Fastballs are easy, but anything with movement, it's ridiculous.
It looks real easy on TV.
Yeah, like everything else.
Yeah, but golly, I tell you, man, 103. I would not. Well, I think I would just be so paranoid. I'm thinking of myself today. I don't have the reflexes and the reactions I did at 18, 20, but I never felt comfortable getting in the box when a guy, threw really hard when I was playing, because a lot of times you just didn't know where it was going. I mean, I don't understand why these hitters do not wear helmets with the
double flaps,
and the protector of your
on
jaw,
the side,
like Giancarlo Stanton wears. Why you wouldn't? I guess the vision, I understand that, but I mean, one shot there, guys. I mean, we've seen guys. I mean, it's scary. Willie Mays used to go up there batting like what I'm wearing, this hat.
Just
go up, no helmet, and face Bob Gibson, no helmet. Yep. Unreal.
And it's funny. Everyone criticized Bonds when he had all that protection. Now you know why.
Yeah. Miller hit 104, says Nick Wise. Yeah,
I saw him hit 103 on one of the pitches.
Fossey says, I said I could hit a ball at 90. No, I said I never hit the ball at 90. I've got it in there 90. I could hit it at 80. Not today. I probably couldn't. I'm just like stiffer than a piece of plywood. But
Dan, what's amazing is I played catcher all the way from 4th grade through high school. I could catch a 95-mile-an-hour ball, 93. It's all just reaction, hand-eye. Right. But when you bat, it's completely different.
Well, yeah, because it's all timing. It's just,
I mean, it's when the ball's whizzing, it's something. And then let me tell you something. When you go to the pros, that's what most of these guys say. When you go from AAA to the pros, the curveballs look like they're going to hit you in the noodle, and then it leaves at the final thing. It's a big difference. I mean, look at ask Matt Williams, why it took him 4 years to figure out the curveball when he first came up. That's why, Eldridge is hitting good, but that's AA, guys, AA. Let's see how he does AAA and the pros. It's a big difference.
All the 103s, Miller was calling 104 on the radio. So one is rounding up and one is rounding down. Yeah. Probably coming in at 103.5 or whatever, 103.7. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's just so fast, man. Who's the guy that throws 106? Was it Chapman? Aroldis Chapman?
Yeah, Chapman did for a while, yeah.
106. I mean, come on. And he's not got the best control. I just don't know how guys do it. I really don't. I mean, that's just, you have literally a split second to react.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, they've actually done studies where they show where the speed and how a guy's actually swing. I mean, and you're trying to get this round barrel on a round ball, and you're trying to, you can miss it by just that much, and
and that's what makes a good changeup, because the guy thinks it's coming at 104. He's getting ready for it, and it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, Posey was always solid at squaring up. He truly was. He squared up 100 plus a lot. Posey could hit.
Hey, Dan, I just wanted to ask you about last night's show, since I wasn't on it. How did people think about Wilmer with his 3 bombs? And plus, I've seen 3 homers in the game, but not back to back to back.
Well, what's amazing is he
beside
hit
Panda,
he hit a grand slam, he hit a 3-run homer, and then he hit a solo homer.
Shot. Yeah.
If he would have hit a 2-run homer, he would have had a home run cycle.
Yeah.
I don't think
because
that's ever
I
been
spoke
done.
to a guy and I go, it's only the second time it's happened in the ballpark. Obviously, the Panda in the World Series hit 3 bombs.
Opening day for
the Giants,
Dodgers.
for the Dodgers, the shortstop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it was exciting last night.
Yes.
I tell you the truth, there were a lot of A's fans a lot. And of course, I had to see those ugly looking. I don't know why people still wear those double hats, the ones that say the Giants and the A's.
Oh, come on, because that was the
the hats.
89.
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
It is dumb.
But there were a lot of A's fans, a lot.
Yeah.
So,
At least there's been no wave this weekend. My
course
goodness.
not. Yeah.
Okay. Fosse's just pulling my leg. All right. What do we got? Let's see. Should we let Chardal come in?
Sure, man. Do what you like. You're the boss. And then we can talk about the pitching matchups tomorrow, and then we'll just call it.
Yeah, we'll call it. Hey, before we bring in Chardal, let me. Can I do a little rant, guys?
Of course.
Can I do a rant? All right. If I offend anybody, sorry, but I'm going to let it go. The WNBA. There was a play today between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The ball's taken out of bounds underneath the hoop. Reese gets open. Clark had her head turned for a sec, sees that she's open, she gets the ball. She's about ready to go up for a open layup, and Clark comes down and smacks about right here, just down on the wrist. And then Angel Reese stumbles and falls over, I think intentionally. Either that or she's just the most uncoordinated.
And you got to remember, tell them the score by then. I mean, I saw they were down, 28 or 30 in the.
No, I think at that time they were only down by about 12 or 13 because they got a free throw and then they got the ball out for a flagrant and they made their layup and made it a 3-point play. So I think it made it by 11. They were down 14. But Cliff says, please don't ruin my. I just want to say.
I thought you were going to say Phillips thing.
I just Reese with a LeBron flop. Yes, exactly, Philip. Look, I have no respect for the WNBA, period. These players are not athletic. They play below the floor. That's a little pun there, but they definitely play below the rim. But it's just, if you like watching just basketball for its sake, I guess so be it. But I can't stand watching non-athletic plays. And you know what I can't stand is a league that gets some attention last year when Caitlin Clark comes in, and they just shredded her last year, tried to hurt her. What happens if they would have hurt Caitlin Clark to the point where she wasn't able to play? Does anybody else care about? She's the reason that anybody's even interested in the NBA or the WNBA. I don't know. I just think it's it's just an awful sport that I don't like watch. If I want to watch an athletic event, can I have some athletes?
Good point.
An athletic event should be filled with athleticism.
Yeah, they have more athletic events on the Ocho of ESPN than watching women's. By the way, I did bet the Sparks last night because my nephew works for the Sparks, and he said this team will be lucky to win 4 games. And like I said, they had 18,000 last night, but this team's not good. In 6 weeks, when they're probably 1-5, let's see how many people they get there.
Yeah. I'll say this about and the NBA back in this. I'll tell you what. The NFL right now owns sports.
90%.
The major sports. Baseball, if they had a better commissioner that actually knew how to promote the sport, could run circles around the NBA. But they don't. The NBA is actually teetering because they've lost a lot of people. LeBum and his flopping and his antics and all the crap that goes on in the NBA. Just, baseball to me and hockey are the two purest sports where you get the best outcome based on what happens on the field or the ice because the officials don't sway the game. Officials in the NBA sway games. Officials in the NFL sway games. You don't see that often at all in hockey and baseball. It's rare. So I just can't stand when the NBA officials, they're just so, it's so subjective based on what they want to do. And the NFL is a joke, what they don't call and what they do call on certain plays and certain teams. That's why baseball
Agree.
needs to come back and promote its players and really put out a lot of commercials showing baseball players in a positive light. They need to be showing baseball players out in the community with kids on the ball field, promoting and just really, really promote baseball. Baseball needs to pour tons and tons of money into poorer communities so that those kids can play baseball and have the equipment, because it's so dang expensive, the equipment today. Just baseball needs to pour millions and millions of dollars into the cities. The best players come from where? The
United
Dominican,
States, Dominican Republic,
Venezuela,
Asian Pacific,
Cuba,
yeah,
Japan. We're all, these are the best, all of the best players. I mean, there's some American players, sure, but if they would start putting money into this sport, and they need to pay their minor leaguers better, so that the minor leaguers can say, well, I can make it because it takes 4 years, 5, 6 years for some of these kids to make it. And
I think they make what?
Screw it.
Single A makes $400 a week, maybe
They
a
make chicken
$1,600 a month.
They just
not
they
even
need to
minimum
pay
wage.
They need to give these guys, money enough so that it's worth it to play baseball, because these young kids, well, say, why should I play baseball? I can go play football and I could sign an NIL contract.
Yep.
And I can play basketball and I can go sign an NIL contract, and then I make tons of money there, and then I make it in the pros. So anyway, let's what are we going to do? Let's Chardal, we'll bring you in here just 1 second here. Let me get the.
And I saw Robert talking about who's the most clutch. Hey, Wilmer's doing great, but this is regular season. So don't even compare how clutch Wilmer is compared to someone's clutch. Clutch is when you hit big. Like Buster's was so clutch when he hit the grand slam against Cincinnati Reds. It was in the playoffs. It led to something great. That's clutch. Derek Jeter, he's known as the captain because he always came through clutch. So let's just, simmer down. It's regular season. Wilmer's having a great season right now. He's got 10 homers, 42 RBIs. Yeah, he's hitting clutch, but that's because nobody else is stepping up on this team. So let's remember that too. So, let's just take it easy, guys. No more pressure on him. Just let him do his job.
Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, guys. Eddie says, I think it's too late to promote Major League Baseball to the youth. Kids' attention span has shrunk, and technology is ruining the chance of them to play, for them to like a sport sincerely. Kids only love NBA, NFL because it's fast. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Chardal is come on in. Matthew says, hey, Chardal. If you're out there, Chardal, make it quick, because this show is going quick. Just like the ball game.
Talk about the pitchers tomorrow. Yep.
Just like the ball game tomorrow. Tomorrow's pitchers. Tomorrow, we've got Justin Verlander going for the Giants, and let me pull this up.
Jeffrey Springs.
Schedule. Jeffrey Springs. Okay, so Sunday, May 18th. We've got Jeffrey Springs against Justin Verlander. Be a great day for Justin Verlander to get his first win as a Giant, wouldn't it? Has he even ever pitched in the National League?
Who, Verlander?
Yeah.
This is his first year.
Los, Hayden Birdsong, welcome. And Los, I wasn't thinking, but you got him. You beat me to it. You got him in your lineup. Los adds Hayden Birdsong to his fantasy roster.
Dan, I was complaining all spring training. Why did he actually even compete for a job? He was solid last year. He should have never had to compete for the fifth man. I said it all spring training.
Yeah, we all did. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I got to see how my rotten team's doing right now.
All right.
Oh, I gained 1.5. Oh boy. So is the guy behind me. He's 2. I'm so close to the bottom in that league. Jeez. It's like ridiculous. I got a pretty good lineup. They're just not hitting. But my pitching leaves a lot to be desired. So Joba needs a refill. Bartender Joba needs a refill. All right, looks like Chardall's not out there. He's going to come in. Well, guys, Saturday night, 9:10. I'm tired.
All right, you did 2 shows, Dan. Tomorrow, I don't know if did you see what I sent you on the private chat?
Yes,
I did.
Okay.
Are we doing tomorrow? Are we just going to do the hot corner for a little?
Yeah, just hot corner tomorrow night.
I just wanted
8
to make
o'clock.
sure you knew that.
8 o'clock tomorrow night. Hot corner, guys. We'll team up with Giant Sports Talk Live, Lou and I, and Eric.
And I have a little announcement. Just a little announcement for the squares.
Okay.
There's a new item being added beside the tickets going on the field. So we'll say that for tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, new item. Maybe we got maybe you get a picture taken with
something regarding food.
Ooh, food. Ooh.
So,
food.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm trying to add stuff so we can get these squares filled up.
Maybe if I do win the square, I'll keep the ticket if there's food involved. Who cares about front row seats? Food? I'm there. No, yeah. So what else we got here? Oh, we have some Aaron there. Guys, I'm gonna have some a new business to promote. Our own Aaron Lost has a great family business, and I'll tell you what, guys.
Is it Rapasado?
No, it's some pretty doggone looking good cookies. They're on my way. They're being shipped. Bake that dough. Him and his wife.
Oh, I like that. Good call.
Freshly baked cookies. You guys want to hear some flavors? I mean, let me tell you some flavors. Just a few. We got zebra crumbles and chocolate chips. It's a vanilla cookie with cream cheese chocolate sandwich. Zebra. How about birthday cake? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Birthday cake? How about cinnamon toast, baby? You ever had cinnamon toast crunch?
Oh, yeah, of course. Solid.
All right. Classic concha. Sweet pan dolce cookie with classic pink topping. Sweet. Cookies and cream concha. Churro. Okay, just to name a few.
Of course. Yeah, we need to fill up. Winter's right around the corner.
And they come in like with bags like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those cookies. I'm going to eat one on the show next week. And I can't change. I got to restart. Okay, boy. All right. Thanks, Ryan. No worries. We can get the thumbnail changed later. But these cookies, I've heard they're out of this world. Cliff Martinez has had some.
Out of churros.
Los has had some. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. They should be here soon, guys. These cookies, I think they were mailed out today. Probably have them Tuesday. Beautiful. I might have to wait. I might have to wait till I come home after my surgery Wednesday. I don't know. I'm trying to keep the inflammation down for my surgery, so I'm not doing too much sugar. But they're going to be comfort food for me when I'm laid up.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, guys, I will give you the contact information here in the show coming up, but you're going to want to order these cookies. Believe me, I've been told that these cookies are just, you can't beat them. You can't beat these cookies, and they're freshly baked. And, you know, this is a licensed business, not just, you know, this is a real business that's with the health department, all that stuff. Yeah.
So if we order them and say we're friends of the show, or we mention NorCal Sport Network, we get a discount, just like AAA.
I'm not sure. We'll have to work that out.
We'll have to negotiate it. I like it.
We do have, Aaron says they do have oatmeal chocolate chip.
Ooh, love those.
Low
like
says,
Mothers.
addicting as hell. Yeah, sounds. Aaron used to supply Sandoval cookies during the 2010 season. And everything is negotiable. Yeah. So let's these will be freshly baked and sent to you from right out of the I think Aaron is in the Central Valley, North Central Valley, if I'm not mistaken.
So Fresno area.
North of Fresno, maybe. I'm not sure. Where Aaron, Hollister. Okay. Hollister.
Oh, Hollister. So okay.
That's not central, is it? That's that's inland. That's inland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hollister. By Gilroy. There we go.
Yeah.
Gilroy. When I
the garlic
festival. When I see the sign when I'm driving up, when I was driving up to the Bay Area from the north on the 5, I always saw the Gilroy. Where you smell the onions.
Garlic.
Or the garlic, I mean. Yeah, the garlic. And then you also go through before you get to the fresh garlic, you got to go through the dairy area on what town is that? All the cows are over there on the right side when you're going north.
Yeah. Anderson's.
All right. Here we go. We welcome in this guy to the show. Chardal. He's going to tell us the breakdown.
Oh, we got Chardal in here.
Yeah, I get he's going to give us a breakdown of the game.
I'm a big fan of you, Dan and Lou. I'm a big fan of the NorCal Sports Network. I'm a big fan of you too. I tune into the show every single night. I love everything you bring to the program. You bring the humor, you bring the entertainment. I really love it.
Kermit the Frog. Nowhere else can you get Kermit the Frog.
I hope you keep bringing the entertainment and the humor, because I love it, and you do the best job at it.
Yeah, thank you. You want some
cookies? You do a great Kermit impression.
There we go. Do you have a Kermit the Frog impression, Chardal?
I don't have a Kermit the Frog impression, but I think if I did,
Who can you do?
I can't do anybody.
Oh, come on. You can do somebody. You can sing somebody. So who can you sing Born in the USA by Springsteen?
Born in the USA. It's huge. Everything is so huge. This win was so huge.
There we go, Chardal. Chardal, Anthony C. Look at what Anthony C. is throwing some shade to you. Chardal the GOAT. Chardal the GOAT.
So this was a great, massive win for the Giants. They get the 1-0 win over the A's on a walk-off walk by Wilmer Flores. Wilmer Flores is a great teammate in the clubhouse. He inspires everybody. I like what he brings. He's a great athlete. He's been killing it. He's been on fire these lately days. The last game, he hit 3 home runs. Today, he got a walk-off walk. So, what are your thoughts on Wilmer Flores, Lou? And how do you think he has impressed you this year?
Well, if you listen to this show, you would know that when me, Dan, and I forgot maybe Los might have been on it, you had to have predictions at the beginning of the season that would, what would be the right terminology, Dan? Blow your mind or expectations?
Oh,
outside?
Yeah. The what was it called? I can't even remember the term now.
Yeah.
Like off the wall takes or whatever.
Yeah. So my prediction was Wilmer would
bold takes.
I said Wilmer would hit 30 homers. So he hasn't hit it yet, but he has 10. I figured, we had to go outside. I had 3 predictions. I had Wilmer would hit 30 homers. Melvin would be fired before the trade deadline.
That's not going to happen.
And then I had one other one, but I thought if he comes back healthy, he would he'd hit. Unfortunately, right now, if you look, nobody's really done anything except him the last 2 games. That's why these wins are important. But we all wanted Lee. Lee's gotten cold a little bit. He's not, he hit the homers, but he's not getting the singles and getting on. And we had 3 homers yesterday. That basically was all our runs. And we got to put hits together like a nice. I'd rather have like a nice 4 singles and one, and get 2 runs in a game than having to earn our way by a walk. So you take the win any way you can get it, but this offense needs to turn around, especially with our again another great pitching performance, and the starter doesn't even get a win. That's what's frustrating to me.
Dan, so I went to a City Connect community event at Mission Rock today from 12 to 4. They had like food trucks. La Russell was out there, the guy who sings the Nothing Like It anthem at the Giants games before a win. I was there today. I saw Lucille. For lunch I had some
Did you interview Lucille?
I didn't interview him. He didn't. He had to leave, so he didn't have time
It's
to
her,
take
first
photos.
of all.
For lunch I had some chicken sisig fries at the food truck. I had some roast pistachio ice cream and had a pina margarita.
Oh wow! Did you drinking and driving? Huh?
So driving is illegal.
So yeah, you have to try. You have to visit Mission Rock one day. It's a great neighborhood. There's a lot of like great stuff out there.
I hear the Giants,
great space.
Chardal, if everything goes well this season, I hear they're going to buy you one of those your own little suite over there in Mission Rock, your own place, so that you can do some reporting for the Giants.
Yeah.
Lou, what are your thoughts on the Giants? The Giants have a chance of completing the sweep over the A's. They got the game 9-1 win in game 1. They took down the A's 1-0 in game 2. They have a chance of taking the A's taking the A's in game 3 and completing the sweep. You think the Giants will complete the sweep and sweep the A's and complete?
I'm hoping, but
this...
we're going against another lefty. So last night proved one thing: we can actually beat a lefty who throws junk. The guy tomorrow throws more fastball. So I'm hoping, we just need other guys beside Will to step up. If they do, they can win because, I assume Verlander is going to pitch well, maybe give up 2 runs and that's it. So we need, we just need to pick up a couple runs. Just put a nice inning together. Nice crooked number, please.
There we go. And just to update with the Giants, with their batting averages, because guys, numbers have been kind of, some are going up, some are going down. Yaz is hitting 278 on the year, which is real respectable. Flores hitting 263 with 10 bombs, 42 RBIs. Jung-Hoo Lee's hitting about right where I thought he would. He's at 282. I've got him at 285 to 290 this year. Ramos hitting 288, actually leading the team in batting average. Chapman hitting 220. That's pretty much, Chapman's going to hit you 210 to 240. And Adames is low, 225, but he's not a guy that hits much higher than 240 either. Wade, and Bailey, 158 and 178. Fitzgerald actually is 295. I forgot because he's back in the lineup. So he's leading the team in batting, 294, Tyler Fitzgerald. He's a guy that really is nice to see in the lineup because he adds a different element to the lineup than, really anybody else does because he's got that speed. But
loose. So when I was watching when I was watching the A's and Giants game in the bottom of the 10th, and when it was 3 balls 2 strikes, I was screaming up and down, yelling, making noise, because I knew that next ball would be a ball, and Wilmer Flores would come in for the walk-off walk. So I knew it would happen. I knew it. I was just excited in that moment. I would just
tell us, give us 3 emotions. Give me 3 emotions that you were feeling when you saw that was ball 4. Give me 3
fired up.
Emotion. Fired up. That's not really. Well, it's not really. You said excited. I'll take that as 1. Give me 2 more.
excited, motivated, optimistic.
All right, there you go. 3 emotions from Chardal here, the graduate from San Jose State, right?
I'm a graduate from San Jose State University.
You are a Spartan.
Wow.
True
What
and
is your
true.
bachelor degree in?
Recreation management.
What?
Wow.
What
So
is that?
I want to work. I want to work in national parks.
Like
I want to
Like
be
a
a park
ranger.
ranger. Like I
like
want to
Tony?
be a
Like Tony
I want to
Tony the Tiger?
like I want to work in Yellowstone National Park.
Like
Not
the
Tony the
ranger that
Tiger.
took care of Yogi. Remember
Yogi, yeah, Yogi the bear. Yeah, yay, Yogi.
Yogi the bear.
Hey, we better be careful here. No matches allowed here in the park.
No picnic baskets.
No
Dan,
Yep.
can you give me your top 5 celebrity impressions?
Top 5 celebrity impressions. Oh gosh.
So we got about 4 more minutes, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
have to let you go. I got to go on a rant.
Yeah. Okay. 5 celebrity. Well, I'm Kermit the Frog. I mean, he's not a great. He's not the biggest celebrity, but I do know Kermit the Frog. I can do that one. Let's see. Who else can I do? Let's see. I can do Rocky, maybe. Hey, yo, Adrian. Yo, Adrian. Hey. What was the guy's name? His trainer, Mick. Hey, Mick. Doc recommend I don't fight. I recommend I do. How's that? I recommend I do. And then now that we're talking on Rock, I'm going to turn it over to Mick. Mick's going to tell you what women do. Go ahead, Mick.
Let me tell you, Rock. Women weaken legs. Then have her train ya.
I love it. That's it. All right, Chardal, we're going to let you go.
Hey, Dan and Lou, I'm a big fan of you two on the NorCal Sports Network. I'm always gonna tune.
Oh, whoa. That was a little early.
Who did that? You did?
Dan
finish
and
up.
Lou, I'm a big fan of you on the NorCal Sports Network. I'm gonna tune into your show every single night. I love everything you bring. I love the humor. I love the entertainment. I love all of it. Keep bringing it every single night. My YouTube channel is SGA Sports Talk channel. I'm at 402 subscribers. I'm on the road to 500 subs. So please have your viewers click that like and subscribe button for me, because it helps out the YouTube algorithm. I make some great Giants content. So please show me some love because I'm trying to get the 500 subs before the end of the year. So
all right.
make sure to show me some love because
All
I
right,
want to get to that milestone.
All right.
But thanks for having me on, and great Giants win. They win 1-0 over the A's on a Wilmer Flores walk-off walk. Thanks for having me on the show, and I hope you have a great rest of your night,
Chardal.
gentlemen.
Good night. Have a great
See
night.
you.
All right, Chardal. Okay. Ryan, close us out. You're going to go on a rant.
Yeah, just a quick rant. I'm liking the Giants real quick. My real quick rant is I'm liking the Giants this season. I really, I'm shocked so far by a few players' performances, especially Wilmer Flores. I really thought he was washed up, and I think this season has shown that sometimes patience in baseball is key, because I think in a lot of sports, especially like the NBA, you don't want to, a bad year of a player can kind of be it. But I actually am happy that the Giants stuck with Wilmer because, he's on track right now for over 100 RBIs. I don't think he'll have over 100, but he's definitely going to have 90. So I think that was a good start of the season. I like that Jung Ho Lee's back, and I think overall the team has a good vibe, and, pretty happy with the season so far.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, they've been if they got to win tomorrow and go back to 9 over, and then take 2 or 3 from KC, make it a 5-1 homestand, and then they'll leave 10 games up. That would be nice. But we got a little message for you from Philip there for you that I think that's directed toward you, Ryan, up on the screen there. I can't read quite what it says. Maybe you can read it for us.
It says Broncos suck, but unfortunately, again this year they will have more wins than the 40 Whiners.
Okay, we may have a little wager on this one.
I'm ready to collect again.
I think people will be a little ready for the Broncos. I think they'll be ready for the Broncos. Broncos are a good team. I will admit they're a good team. And I'm not sure the 49ers are a good team, but they have an easy cakewalk schedule. So if the 49ers can't win 10 games, they ought to fire Shanahan.
That is for sure.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think my problem with Kyle is I think he's very stubborn in a way, kind of similar to Steve Kerr, but he hasn't really shown enough for me to understand that stubbornness. I mean,
yeah,
just in terms of championships, obviously he's a really good coach, but I think when he has the mentality he's like a Phil Jackson or some type of legendary coach, and I just
you got a bet
that.
here. Philip says he'll take that bet. There's one guy you can bet with right there, Philip. He says, I'll take that bet, Ryan. There it is. And then we've got who wins game 7 tomorrow, guys. We've got 2 game 7s. We've got a hockey game 7, and we have the NBA, Denver and OKC. That's going to be a heck of a game. Something tells me
I got the Nuggets taking it.
I'm pulling for OKC because they're the new kid on the block, but something tells me the Nuggets, they got championship DNA in them. Tough to beat a team in game 7 that's won a chip.
Yeah, I'm going OKC because I don't think Aaron Gordon's playing. I think it changes their lineup.
That is true. You make a good point.
That's right.
Has a hammy. You're right.
That's right. Hammy. If he's out, it's definitely favors OKC. Yep, I'll take OKC. I forgot about that.
Game 7 at home, it's always a big advantage. Probably worth five
yeah,
points.
But
spreads 8.5.
Yeah, it depends. I will say, I think you're right about the Aaron Gordon thing. So I'll switch my pick to OKC. But I will say, Game 7 on the road isn't what it used to be. I mean, the Warriors and the Celtics have both won their last 2 Game 7s on the road. And then there was another team. I think the Nuggets also have been in like a lot of Game 7s recently. So I think a lot of it depends on, the construction of the team.
Yeah, never seen an easier schedule, Dallas says. Cliff Martinez says Shanahan should have been fired this past season. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see how this team goes. Sophomore slump for Bo Nix. Maybe? I don't know. Johnny Chisati. I always want to call Chisati, but is it Chisati or Chisati? Chisati.
Yeah, I don't see the 49ers winning 12 games.
I need Johnny to come on the show and say it's neither. it's Chisari. It's just I think that's I'm going to go with Chisati. Chisati? I don't know. Is it the R or the just? Are we putting the emphasis on the A or the R? Because if it's the A, it's Chisati. If it's the R, it's Chisati.
So what's your guys' takes on the Giants real quick so far this season? What's your early season predictions? Let's hit it real quick. We're about what? Almost 60 games, over 50.
No, they're only played 46. They're 20.
About 50 games in. So almost a third of the way of the year.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. It's almost about a third of the way.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with my original guess or prediction, 86 wins. 86 and 76, 10 over 500.
So
now,
wild card team or no?
Just miss. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they get to 89, 90 wins, and they're able to, figure it out. But Low Steve says the league and the casuals think the Niners are contenders. Very top heavy team with no offensive line. 10-7 due to easy schedule. That's what I've got them. 10-7. I've got them going 10-7. The Niners just because of the schedule. And it's not. We knew the
not 13-4 this year.
No. We knew their opponents. We just didn't know when they were going to play their opponents. And if you look at their schedule, they only have one game that might be weather related, and that is the Cleveland game in November, I think it is, Lou. Trying to remember. I mean, they play the Giants. Don't they play the Giants? Like maybe that's the 1st of November, and maybe Cleveland's late November, December. I think you're muted, by the way.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, it's just there's no, they don't play anybody that's coming off buys. They don't have a ton of travel this year. The most they travel is they go to Tampa, they go to the Giants, and they go to the Colts, right? Is that the farthest they travel?
Yeah, then it all comes down to health too. Now that Purdy's got the contract, how is he going to perform?
Yeah, I agree with Lou.
And then you asked me about the Giants. Giants are not a playoff team until they get 2 more bats.
Yeah, I think that's what they need. And I think they'll get at least one. I think they're going to get one.
We have a surplus of pitching. You're going to have to trade some of these guys. Why sit on them and not play them?
Yeah, look at what Baltimore's doing. They're sitting on all their position players, and they've lost. They're like 13 and
today.
They fired
32.
their manager Hyde today.
Yep.
The Baltimore Orioles right now are 13 wins and 29 losses, or 15 wins, 15 and 29. They're 14 under.
Yeah, and their starting pitching ERA is 6.8. Their starting ERA, starting pitchers. The Giants, I think, are like 2.9 or something. I mean, it's such a difference. So, and they're in a tough division, so they have nowhere to go.
Hey, there we go. A trip to Tampa in October. That might be good. Isn't that the hurricane season when it hits right in October?
Great.
I don't know. Johnny. Dan, everything is health dependent. 49ers are healthy, should be fine. In reality, the special teams can't be worse. And is CMC going to play more than 3 games?
True.
Well, their health is really important because if CMC can be, I don't expect him to do what he did 2 years ago because he's 2 years older. But if CMC can be effective, if Kittle can have another good year, offensive line, Trent Williams has to stay healthy. The rest of the guys, I think they need another safety. 49ers are missing Mustafa. They drafted the kid Siegel out of Kansas State, I believe. Kansas or Kansas State.
K-State. And there's a lot of pressure. The Super Bowl's is at their home place. So, everyone's going to be saying, come on, Niners, come on. I want to see you in the Super Bowl, play in Santa Clara. It's a lot of pressure when the Super Bowl's, you're the host team.
Yeah. What's crazy about that? Wasn't it till Super Bowl 52, the first time ever?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, right, Lou?
Yep. Niners, when they played here, they played at Stanford Stadium when they destroyed Miami, but it wasn't that Candlestick.
I'll be in for that Tampa trip. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Giants making the playoffs. I do.
San Francisco Giants or New York?
Yeah. No, San Francisco.
Okay. They're going to have to win close to 90 games.
My take on this is I think the Braves are going to have a little bit, we have a little bit of a lead on them. And
very little.
I don't see the Cardinals keeping up this high. I think they're going to, and I think you've said the same thing, Dan, about the Cardinals.
Oh, I'm not worried about the Cardinals. The Braves are the team I'm worried about because the Braves
Same with me.
trail 4 games behind the Giants, and that's nothing. You saw when they came to San Francisco last year, it was a big series. It was a 4-game series, and 3 or 4, and the Giants lost them all, or lost the first 3, I think.
And they have their stud coming back this week.
Yeah, Acuna's coming back.
I think
Strider's coming back.
I think what will be a hiccup is Strider. Actually, I think we haven't given that, and I know you guys have talked about that a lot. And I've been watching the show a little bit. I haven't been watching as many Giants games as I'd like to, but I actually think, as we saw last year, and we've seen with a lot of pitchers coming off of major surgeries, especially Tommy John, I think Strider could be the hiccup for that team. I think he might be giving away. We saw what was Robbie Ray's win-loss total last year? I'm not saying he's as good as Strider.
0-1 in 3 starts.
Yeah,
I think he pitched more than that, Lou. He pitched more than 3 starts.
Hey, what do we got here with Los? Who do you want the Giants to get from the Orioles? Who would you like to see coming back, position player? Is it Kobe Mayo? Is it Westberg's hurt right now? He's been out with a hammy. He's probably not coming back till mid-June. He's a guy that can play a few infield positions. Catcher, you got Rutschman and Basalo. Basalo's crushing it in AAA.
Yeah, I don't see them giving up Rutschman.
I don't know. Lowe says Mayo or Cowser. Colton Cowser. Okay.
I think they might move Mayo. They've I don't know if you remember last year or might have been this offseason. Mayo was, giving complaints about the front office and how they used him.
Yeah, Mayo may be on the way out. Yeah, they sent him down.
Cowser gets I think they like Cowser a lot more. I think the Orioles are weird, and I think they're in a weird spot right now, and maybe they'll make some moves because they're playing so poorly this year, but they have a lot of position players who they really like, but they can't play.
Robbie Ray was 2-3 last year in 7 starts.
And I think Spencer Strider will probably get more than 7 starts in, but that's kind of my vibe with Spencer. I think, this year he's going to be helpful to them and just to get another arm in there, but I don't see him being that dominant player. I think Acuna is going to be more of a plus to them than Strider. I just think I haven't seen a pitcher come off of a Tommy John that great recently.
Yeah, he did the brace too. He did do the full.
He didn't do the full surgery.
No, he did.
Do you
the
think
brace.
maybe it's not as bad then?
I don't know.
I just haven't seen. What's the last pitcher that came back really hot after a major surgery? I just can't even remember one. You guys would know more of this than I do, but last, about 20.
Yeah, I don't know.
20
Pitching
years
is
I've been
tough.
watching. I can't remember that.
Yeah, the Braves though they'll be aggressive at the trade deadline too, as Mark Graves says. Yeah.
You don't think
Okay.
Buster will make a move?
I think he'll make a move. I think he'll make a move.
He will.
Yeah,
I think we have
he'll
too
make a
many
move.
arms. I think he's gonna. That's my thing with the Giants is I think they're lucky in the sense that they have a lot of arms, and if you have good pitching, teams always want pitching.
Yeah. Yep. Well, guys, tomorrow night, Hot Corner. We'll be back 8:00, and we'll break down the whole series, and hopefully we'll have some fun. We'll talk about the squares tomorrow night. Chance to fill up the squares and have your chance enter the drawing for your chance to win 4 front row seats. Name on the scoreboard. Little batting practice before the game. And Lou will introduce a new little caveat to the ticket tomorrow night. So
Yeah, what do you guys think about DeGrom real quick? I see a bunch of people mentioning him in the chat.
I like DeGrom. I got him on my fantasy team. He's pitching great for me right now.
It's nice to see him come back a lot, but that's a good point. I think it is early in the season. He did just come after. He's also like I would consider him a Hall of Famer. What do you guys think?
He's close. I don't know.
He's like him and Chris Sale are on that
they're on the edge.
Close. Yeah, right. Same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of on the same level, right?
Yeah. Dallas says talk about the sweep. I think tomorrow they get it done. I think Verlander gets the breaks. He gets that first win. There's a little momentum going with the Giants. When you win 9-1 and then you win 1-0 on a walk-off, bases loaded walk, that clubhouse is feeling pretty good. They're looking forward to coming out tomorrow afternoon. And, when you win a game like you did Friday night and then you come back and win it tonight the way they won it, you go home and you get your rest, but you're looking forward to getting back to the ballpark. You really are. You can't wait to go out and play. And I loved playing in tournaments. I played a lot of softball in my 20s and 30s, and you'd play in these tournaments where you just, all day, all weekend, right? And you just knew when you were winning, man. You just felt like you were going to win every game. And
would you guys do this?
DeGrom for Birdsong?
I would not.
DeGrom.
Of course I would. What are you guys kidding me?
No chance. For me, no chance. I'm really high on Birdsong. I think like his mentality. I like his
You
energy.
you wouldn't give up a rookie for a Hall of Famer.
He's not a rookie. We've seen what he could do in the last year and a half.
Well, he's still technically a rookie, I think, but maybe
I'd
lost his
say,
rookie.
Dan, I think he has.
He's the ace we
lost his
need.
rookie status.
All right.
Yeah, but I think Birdsong is ace material. What's your take on this, Dan? I want to hear yours.
I like Birdsong, but if I was offered that trade at the trade deadline and I was in a position to maybe win it all this year because I needed another top arm and I had another bat or two that went along with it, and the pitching was the key, I would do it. I mean,
But
I would.
are the Giants in that position? I don't think they're one arm away from winning a title. I think they're one. They might be a couple of bats away from making the playoffs.
No, I think if you had a couple of solid bats in the lineup, and that was the thing to push you over.
Kicker,
I wouldn't do it right now. Just stand alone. I would have to have more pieces in place. If I had other pieces in place that said I am a contender, a bona fide contender, then I would do it. But I'm not going to do it if it's just
like
going to
an additional.
It would be the last piece.
Yeah,
I got to have bats first. I got to have bats.
So this would be like a contender move for you, to just clarify. Like if you were trying to really,
Yeah, it would be a contender move. I wouldn't do it just to do it, because I don't think if you're not going to make the playoffs, why would you give up Birdsong for a guy that's only got a couple years left? But if you're ready to make the playoffs and you're really in a position like they were in 21, where this team's going to the playoffs, there was no question about it. Yeah, I would do it, because in a short series, if I had Webb and DeGrom and Ray, something like that, I think I could win a series or two, or But I'm not.
I would like.
I
would like more of like a DeGrom for a Harrison and another player type of package, because I'm just really high on Birdsong personally.
A Birdsong looks like he could be great, but I've seen a lot of pitchers that look great. I saw a guy like Mark Bird Fitridge in 1976. He was unbeatable for like 10, 12 games. They were putting him on midweek because national TV was such a story. And then after that year, he was like, whatever happened to Mark Fidrich? Speaking of birds.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know that player, but I think it's true in terms of pitchers fanning out. The one thing with Birdsong, what I like is his mentality and his work ethic, and he also reminds me of a lot of like a pitcher we've had before in terms of like Mad Bum. Is he's got that Southern, like, I'm just ready to go out there and just dominate you vibe.
Yeah. So Angels win. Zach M55. Angels beat the Dodgers. Let's take a quick look at the standings, if they've updated it yet. If they've updated the standings, the Giants are like really close to. Dodgers lose 2. Yes, the Giants are 2 out of first place. They've gained 2 games on the Dodgers and the Padres the last 2 nights. 29-17 for the Doyers, and 27-19 for the Giants. There you go, right there. Look at that. 1 game behind the Padres, 3 ahead of the D-backs. Giants gain a gain on everybody but the Rockies. Look out for Colorado. They are coming. Gosh, that is an awful team.
I had Colorado winning the division.
And Dan, remember, all teams in the NL West were at home, so that's why it's so big.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
There's your wild card. Giants are in 3rd right now, only a game ahead of St. Louis, 3 ahead of the D-backs, 4 ahead of the Braves. That's going to be tough. That's going to be a really tough dogfight, but I think the Giants will be right there till the last week of the season, and we'll see what happens. That's my prediction. Giants do not get eliminated until the last week of the season. I
got us clinching before that.
Oh, you think they're going to clinch before the last week? That's crazy.
Yep. I like this Giants team. I'm gonna make my final prediction soon, but
All
I like
right.
this Giants team definitely making the wild card.
All right, we got Robert Jr. here. We got. He's just transferring over his Warrior homerism. Now he's become a Giant.
Haven't been wrong about a Bay Area team this year, so I'm projecting it to the Giants making the wild card.
You were wrong about the Warriors winning another game in the playoffs. You said they would win game 3 or 4. You thought they'd win game 2.
Stick with my early season predictions, not my playoff predictions. My playoff predictions, the homerism does come in.
Yes. Okay. Well, hey, that's progress. I am so happy for you, man. That is such good progress for you. You took a humility pill. I love it.
The early season predictions are on key. You can't lie.
Look at Lowe's. He's sticking with 78 and 84. You got to like a man who has conviction about his predictions.
Yeah, I think even Lou doesn't see the Giants going that low, probably.
Lou, I'll tell you what. I think
Lou,
I know Lou.
Prediction? What's your
Lou has 85.
Prediction?
He did 85 the night before. But I bet you if you got Lou on the side, I bet he took the Giants in the under. I'll just say it. I'll just
Lou, but you don't see Lou. You don't see 78, do you?
No, I think maybe a couple games more. You know what? You got to remember, we don't have any
It's an
bats
80-win
right now.
team. It's an 80-win team, though, Lou. Right?
Well, not right now. They have no bats. They need 2 bats.
But they're 8 over though, right? You don't think they can make
very early in the season?
Yeah,
we're not.
I hope they
can.
Yet. I hope they can get to 80 because I bet 79.5 over.
Yeah,
and I've got some decent money on them to go over.
You know, they made a big move putting Hicks in the bullpen, but they still need to do something about their offense. You know, it's just that's the way it is when you two highest paid players are batting. You know, 220 and 215.
220 and 225.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Come on, Lou. That's
right.
not
you know,
220 and 225.
You know, so we'll see.
We'll see. All right. If they trade for Los is what I'm saying. If they trade for 2 legit bats, I'll say more wins. Yeah. I got them. If they get 2 legit bats, I think they can make the playoffs. I think they're going to fall a little short and I'm going to, again, hoping I'm wrong, but that's what I am going to stick with. And we are really getting out of here. So, guys, thanks for being part of the show. Good day for Ohtani. 0 for 6. Yeah. He struck out last night to a position player. Did you see that, Lou?
Yeah, that was Dan, that's his 3rd strikeout from a position player this year.
That's pretty funny.
Did you see the A's catcher strike him out a couple of games ago? That was good.
No,
he got him on the high. Yeah, he got him on the high.
Oh yeah, a couple days ago. Yeah, that was the one.
89. He got him on the 89 high heater.
He was backing up. He was afraid he was going to get a line drive hit right at him. Every pitch he backed up.
Yep.
Hey, Aaron, no problem, man. Hey, when those cookies arrive, man, we're going to have some fun. You guys are going to have to order up the cookies from Bake That Dough, and we'll get you the details, the contact information coming soon for that. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Hot Corner, and
don't miss it, guys.
Giants go for the sweep. Bring out those broomsticks. See if we got any last minute. All right, we're out of here, guys. Take care. There we go.